once I got home, I was pretty relaxed. I try to leave what happens on the golf course on the golf course. If I drag it all day, it's probably gonna just be exhausting. So if I keep things where they're supposed to be, nothing gets out of place. I was talking to my caddy yesterday, and it's unbelievable how much we've grown this season. You know, from shaky moments, from nerves, from being anxious to performing in a great place in the last group on the third round.
What was the first thought this morning when you woke up?
I'm ready.
On Saturday morning, moving day, players arrive on the range at Tiburon Golf Club to tune up their carefully crafted swings. The public attention turned to the big names that sit atop the leaderboard, gearing up to put it all on the line for $1.5 million. Behind the scenes, Annie Giagrosso leads her team as they put the finishing touches on the tee boxes, pin placements, and overall golf course setup that will provide an exciting test of golf coming down the stretch.
I don't want to make all 9 holes on this side today especially easy or especially difficult, but finding that nice mix and flow, something that will be conducive to a decent pace of play with reachable par 5s or drivable par 4s. If you're not 100% about something, you're probably better off going less severe, less harsh. You know what holes you can set a tucked pin on or hide one in a little quadrant of a green. It's all about just them being able to get at it fairly. They're not going to be able to get at every hole, and we're fine with that, so long as it's reasonable. If the golf course is set up like it should be, nothing's going to surprise me from them.
Here at the final event of the season on an overcast Saturday in Naples. This is the windiest day by far. It'll be a challenge out there. A lot of people at the top of the leaderboard, and all big names too. Major champs everywhere, including Nelly Korda. Jin Young Ko is still right there, and they've got that Rolex Player of the Year race.
Moving day at the CME Group Tour Championship got off to a hot start.
The definition of on fire right now, right out of the gate. Some kind of performance by the #2 player in the world.
Defending champion Jin Young Ko, who started the day 6 shots back, fired off 7 birdies in her first 8 holes, charging into the lead and taking over the driver's seat for Rolex Player of the Year.
It was fun to play 7 in a row birdies.
Were you aware of what Jin Young was doing since she was in front of you and you could see everything in terms of that birdie run?
I did see some bombs drop, but that's normal for Jin.
Yeah.
So.
I made a lot of putts over 20 feet or 30 feet, whatever, wherever.
I knew that Jin Young was gonna make a move. I mean, that's just her, and that's something you can't expect anything less from her.
I'm defending champion, so I had a lot of pressure before the tee-off on Thursday, but I'm doing well right now, and I got a lot of birdies today. I hope tomorrow will be more birdies. We'll see what happens.
Nasa Hataoka, what a move today. 7 under Judy.
She is a really strong wind player.
Wait, change that. Hold on. 8 under, 64. Look at the finish. 5 in a row.
Holy cow.
29 coming in, 64. And thrilled to be joined by Molly Marcoux-Simon, the commissioner of the LPGA Tour. Molly, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you guys. That was my first time being live in the booth. I've been in the booth to see their operation, but to have the headphones on and to hear the amazing Beth Hutter give instruction.
Red, white, and out, roll white, green, and
We thought it.
roll Mexico City, start 11. Arkansas, and Jin Young Ko, Aaron's here. 11. Live.
Jin Young Ko.
They all just work so seamlessly, and the whole team's really amazing, so really fun for me to see them in action.
Molly Marcoux-Simon took no stutter step when she moved into the role of LPGA commissioner in the summer of 2021. As a lifelong fan of women's golf, she looks to turn the tide on how the tour's elite athletes are valued by media and sponsors. Earlier in the week, CME Group announced their commitment to raising the purse of the Tour Championship from $5 million to $7 million, beginning in 2022 and beyond.
One of our core principles as an organization is being growth-minded, analyzing the value of women's sports, not just as a sort of equity in society, but is it being undervalued? I think people are sort of saying, wait a minute, these are remarkable athletes with best-in-class talent, and they should be able to be compensated in that way.
I'm one of those guys that gets a little frustrated once in a while when I see inequality in certain things. I'm big at CME. I'm bringing in a very diverse workforce as much as my client base, because that's how you become more successful. And when I look at some of the money that's being spent on the men's tour, sometimes you can't match it, but you certainly can push others to start thinking differently.
We feel huge momentum right now. I see big things for 2022. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm excited to be here at this moment in time.
Last of the hole is a little scary.
Yeah.
And there it is.
It's pretty stacked leaderboard.
It's not too bad there.
It's good. She grew up in Florida. She lives in Florida. Good sand play just becomes part of your DNA.
I know I've put in the hard work, so I'm just going to go out there, have a good time, embrace the moment, and just focus on my game and my emotions. That's all I can control.
Go.
Good putt.
It was pretty tough out there. I feel like I didn't hit as well as the past 2 days, so I did struggle to make some birdies today.
Nelly Korda on the tee.
I struck my driver really well,
Yeah, that is going to go forever.
and then I just had like 145 over the bunker, and I hit a little controlled 9-iron. It was so downwind, and I hit it perfectly.
And it's going to be in really good shape. Got that for an eagle. See if we can see the eagle. Yeah. Really not much movement in it at all. And Nelly Korda vaults into a tie for the lead alongside Jin Young Ko, the world number 1 and the world number 2, tied for the lead.
Do you ever feel any bigness at a tournament, whether it was Atlanta, whether it was the Olympics, just moment stuff? Do you play through all of it as if it were the same tournament?
Yeah, I try to. I mean, that's the attitude I put into. I mean, obviously there's weeks that are easier than others, but that's the attitude I try to take into every week.
Does it work?
I mean, it's been working so far, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Get an adventurous finish with double bogey on 16, eagle on 17, and a bogey on 18. Take us through that finish and what was running through your mind to just keep yourself in the hunt?
You know, I had just a terrible swing on 16, and that got me, on trouble, and I took a double bogey out of there, and, I was still calm after that.
So you can drop at least 2 here at 16.
I came to 17. I hit a beautiful drive, a beautiful 5-iron, and, it happened to go in.
I told you she could recover with an eagle.
I try to stay calm all day long. I try to stay calm, throughout the tournament, and sometimes when I bring this emotion, I just can't stop it. I feel that I dragged it into 18, and, it was hard to kind of keep it together.
Probably is.
And she knew it.
Oh, no.
Gotta stay. Wow.
It's something that I love from my game. It's something that I embrace so much. I'm sure that I'm gonna learn from it. I know I'm gonna have the discipline next time to calm down. But it's exciting. I love this position. I love to see myself grow.
Gaby's bogey on 18 on Saturday knocked her 1 shot out of the lead, leaving 4 players tied at the top. She and Celine Boutier would go off in the penultimate group on Sunday morning, along with Mina Haragay, clearing the way for a heavyweight fight between Jin Young Ko and Nelly Korda for the race to the CME Globe, as well as Rolex Player of the Year.
Such a number of players in the mix. in the final round. And still, as we come in today, although Jin Young Ko is trying to wave goodbye to everyone.
She's done it before.
She has done it before.
It was nearly a knockout from the first swing. Jin Young Ko took off to a 4-shot lead after the first 6 holes.
Right now, Jin Young Ko off to a great start, 4 under on the day. She's got the lead at 18 under.
Now, we saw it yesterday when she gets used to making birdies. She is playing with a whole lot of confidence. She is not playing 100% healthy.
This for back-to-back 30s on the front 9, Tom.
You didn't expect anything else, did you? With perfect dead weight putting for Jin Young Ko.
It is a showdown, and Nelly needs to pick up the pace just a little bit to stay with this very hot putter and game generally that Jin Young Ko is displaying.
No, it's going to move too much. She didn't like it at all.
Left of the hole.
Beauty.
Have
Wow.
a chance to go in. Wow. This is Boutier for an eagle.
Nice spot to putt from here, Tom, from the back of the green, pretty flat.
Oh, that could be lucrative for the Frenchwoman. That's birdie eagle for Celine.
The low scores from the leaders were too much to overcome for Gaby, even with a strong back 9 push. She finished the day with 2 under, 70, to finish in a tie for 9th. But she knows the positives she's taking away from this week will follow her into next season.
I'm very proud of, how I could play all week long. Probably I didn't play my best game today, but it's the whole overall experience was just very positive. I learned a lot. I just keep learning. And yeah, I think, I'm getting closer to where I want to be.
High 6. Just at the sign on the bleacher.
She has not flinched once with that sore wrist all week long that I have seen.
Even without taking a full swing before her round, Ko was dialed in, hitting every green and only recording 1 bogey in her last 63 holes of play, setting a final round personal best with a 9 under 63.
It's been a dominant performance by Jin Young Ko throughout the week, but especially today.
She takes the drama out of a very dramatic day. That's what you're trying to do.
From nearly withdrawing early in the week to cruising to back-to-back CME Group Tour Championships, Jin Young Ko proved that this year, the season belonged to her.
And with a dominant performance here in the final round, it is Jin Young Ko who is the race to the CME Globe champion.
When Jin Young Ko putted out on the 72nd hole and raised her hands in triumph, she was crowded on the green by friends and family. Among those was Amy Olsen and Gaby, who even in defeat, made sure to be one of the first to congratulate her friend.
She's one of my greatest friends on tour. She's probably one of the most humble girls here, and she's an unbelievable person other than a golfer. And she's taught me chipping, she's taught me putting. I mean, she's so open to be my friend, and I really appreciate, having her close, because that's who I really admire, and I wanna get to at some point.
Can't believe I'm win again for this tournament in 2 years in a row. I didn't practice at all for this week before the tee off, even Monday or Tuesday. But I still played really well this week, so I couldn't believe how to hitting so straight every shot and every putt made it.
What did you think about as you were going about your round today?
It's so proud of myself.
After 5 victories on tour this season, 5 victories, Jin Young Ko is the 2021 Rolex Player of the Year.
It's cool, it's pretty, and Player of the Year is best. it's really tough to get the Player of the Year.
Jin Young, you talked all week and really the last few months about the tough start of the year that you had, from being tired and exhausted to losing your grandmother. Would talk about how your grandmother used to call you after rounds. What do you think she'd say to you if she were able to call you tonight?
I think she will be crying, I think. And I think she said, "Hey, your putter was good."